Friends, two pieces of technology caught our imagination in the last few years. Actually, technology is introducing more and more avenues for us to explore, and it's also intruding more and more into our lives. That essentially will be my topic of discussion for today. Let's see what these are. Firstly, Apple iPhone 15 mobile was launched on the 12th of September the last year. The phone comes with a 60 Hz 6.1 inch touchscreen display offering a resolution of 1179 by 2556 pixels at a pixel density of about 460 pixels per inch. That will give you extremely good pictures. Apple iPhone 15 is powered by hexa-core Apple A16 Bionic processor. But did anyone notice the improvements from its earlier version 14? The iPhone 15 has a new much better display, a much better main 48 megapixel camera, and it has switched to using USB Type-C port, just to name a few things. Are these really noticeable? Have you noticed them in your iPhone? How do they affect the use of mobiles? And Apple's neural engine, which runs on onboard machine learning tasks, is also very similar across the iPhone 15 and iPhone 14 and has the same 16 cores which you will find in other iPhones of that order. Now these have an increased performance on the A16 chip. Actually, iPhone 15 and the iPhone 14 have an almost identical overall footprint. You would honestly be hard pressed to tell the two apart just going on the shape alone. With the RAM 2 being similar, no one would have noticed a change in performance. The only perceptible change then is that it costs at least 10,000 rupees more on the base model. That was the first that we talked about. There's a second technology that has impacted our lives. And this is the Meta's virtual reality headset, Meta Quest, that creates immersive experience in design and allows checking out a living room in virtual space and lets one be across the table while being anywhere in the world. Extremely good, innovation to teach difficult subjects, difficult concepts in a virtual sense. Mark Zuckerberg thought this would revolutionize the workplace. But did it do that? In all probability, people may have used it only to play games. However, one cannot discount their future potential, like I said, using it in education. Currently, the Meta products include Facebook, including the Facebook mobile app and in-app browser. Messenger is another one. Instagram is another, including applications such as Threads. Meta Portal branded devices, Meta Platforms Technologies products, such as Meta Horizon Worlds or Meta Quest. When using a Facebook or Meta account, Shops, Meta Spark, Meta Audience Network, NPE Team Apps, Meta Business Tools. Now these are all important products of the Meta family. Each one of them with artificial intelligence support would revolutionize the way we do business in future. That's another innovation that will happen. Even the social media went berserk in the last couple of years. We know only too well what happened with Twitter a couple of years back. Tesla CEO Elon Musk bought it for $44 billion, fired all the top executives, including their CEO, their chief finance officer, along with the legal policy head. Several others joined the procession after that. He even suspended the accounts of some journalists and techies that sent the markets crashing. Apparently, they were writing something that he didn't like. In a response to the social mayhem, Musk asked his followers on Twitter in a poll that time if he should step down as the CEO. You must be remembering that. Now, almost 10 million users said yes, he should step down. But he said he will step down only when he finds someone foolish enough to take the job. Very smart. One wonders if he was only posturing. A lot happened further to these episodes, and we see that Twitter is still trying to find its bearings. A couple of years back, India banned TikTok, another technology innovation. It's actually a short form video sharing platform, primarily for lip syncing and dancing videos, that had more than 200 million users in India at the time, over national security concerns. It was banned because it posed a threat to the national security. More than a dozen American states have banned the app's use on government issued devices in the US over similar reasons, security. Yet TikTok generated an estimated $11.6 billion revenue in 2022, a 250% increase year on year, with more than 1.5 billion monthly active users, almost 2 billion users by the end of 23. Now, whatever that may be, social media is in for a big transformation, as we all know, with Web 3.0 tools. Mastodon, a social network that looks similar to Twitter, is the new craze. Many in the younger generation already use newer applications like BeReal that allows groups of friends to even share selfies on the fly. In this technology-driven world, what can we see in the new year? Or maybe 6 months down the line? Probably a lot more of ChatGPT, the generative part, and a chat, which is actually a chatbot owned by the OpenAI, a AI research company. Now, unlike Eliza, an early natural language processing application or a computer program, it was actually created in the 1960s at the MIT AI lab. Joseph Weizenbaum, a professor there, created it. It could converse, it could actually only converse. Unlike that, the current ChatGPT has great linguistic competence. It can generate intelligent responses to questions, could compose essays, write codes, and draft business proposals. A lot more of artificial intelligence advances are there in electric cars, and metaverse will be seen in our daily lives. Research in natural language processing, or NLP as we call it, may see the new chatbots building automatic language generation with tools that structure how we read and write text, or applications like MS Word and Google Sheets may even embed artificial intelligence tools to streamline workflows. It's actually happening currently in some form. Today, technology is more encompassing and wireless. Probably, virtual reality would reshape our lives similar to the smartphones in the past, a decade back. Though Quest 2, HTC Vive, and Sony PlayStation were essentially promoting games, they would eventually find their niche in education, like I said in the beginning. Apple probably will lead the way because of the technology, which is much ahead. Now, we could even see metaverse as a virtual space where we work, collaborate, and create. The technology that powers this could actually become a multitasking tool for us, streamlining our meetings while we scroll emails and do similar other tasks. However, come to be true, wireless headsets, which still remain bulky and hence limited to indoors, will need to transform to the charging technology for electric vehicles and availability of charging stations is still in some way work in progress. That's another technology that will see much more in time to come. Now, however, with research enabling any charging station to charge any electric vehicles will sure be coming days, with manufacturers like Ford Motor, Kia, General Motors, and Audi ramping up their production lines in addition to what Tesla is doing. Can we expect a radical decision to be made in this month's budget, which is to be read out in 23rd of this month? Could there be a cap on the production or even the sales of petrol and diesel powered cars and lay much more stress on the use of electric vehicles? Now that will be moving with the times. So friends, even as we come to terms with technology occupying our personal space, we find generative artificial intelligence trespassing our personal lives much more than before. Now, with that thought, let me end this week's episode with a promise to be back the next Saturday with another interesting episode. Until then, thank you, Dhanyavad, Namaskar.